Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, April the 5th. I'm Clay Emo at Canuck Clay on Twitter, and I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. It is game day. Tonight the Vancouver Canucks host the Arizona Coyotes in their final home game of the season, and more importantly, it is the final home game ever in the storied career of Henrik and Daniel Sedin, the two best Vancouver Canucks in franchise history. It's actually a penultimate game for the Sedins as they're playing in Edmonton on Saturday night, and really I just wanted a way to work the word penultimate into this video. Going to tonight's game with my son Sean, and a funny story for you guys, I was actually paranoid last night. I actually thought that I may have sold these tickets and I couldn't remember who I sold them to, so I searched my emails, I searched my Facebook messages, I searched my Canucks.com account, I searched my text messages, everything, and I think I'm safe. And that I'm going to the game with Sean. I just hope that when they scan our tickets, we don't get a message saying that someone else is already in the arena in our seats, but pretty sure that won't happen. So I'm going to the game with Sean tonight, and man, I'm looking forward to it so much, especially if Tuesday night's game, the game against the Vegas Golden Knights, shout out to Louis, if that game was any indication, it was nuts. It was nuts. The game itself was okay, kind of boring actually in the first period, but then it picked up from there. The frantic third period comeback by the Canucks scoring 3 goals, and then the crazy overtime, and then the shootout, which we didn't really have much chance of winning given there was the Knights and that both Henrik and Daniel got a chance to shoot, which was probably obviously a nice move by Travis Green. But the crowd was crazy. It was the atmosphere. I've heard people say that it was the best atmosphere in Rogers Arena since Game 7, since the playoffs, the Stanley Cup run of 2011. That's high praise. But being there, I wouldn't necessarily disagree. Every time the Sedins touched the puck, people started clapping, people started standing, people started cheering, and especially there's that wonderful minute-long standing ovation on a TV timeout in the third period. And of course, as the game got closer, as the overtime and shootout got more near, the fans even got more into the game. And it was a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere to be in. The video tributes, the on-ice ovations, and the fact that the Sedins, although only Daniel got on the score sheet with an assist, that they played a pretty strong game. So I expect more of the same tonight. And I have a bit to say, really. I'm going to take hopefully some in-game footage and put it together in a nicer video, but we'll see. I get pretty lazy sometimes. And I guess my emotions today, thinking about it, 10 hours before game time, I have a few. I'm happy. I'm happy for the Sedins most of all. I've had a few days to reflect on it, like all Canucks fans have, and all NHL fans and players and coaches throughout the league. And the fact that they are going out on their terms, they weren't pushed out, they weren't ushered out, that I have every reason to believe that it was their decision and that they had been thinking about this since November, and that basically this season kind of affirmed or confirmed their decision. So the fact that they're going out on their own terms, while they're still playing not elite level hockey but strong hockey, they're 50-point players, I think that's a good thing, and that makes me happy for them. I'm sad, obviously, as a fan, that it's gonna be weird going to games next year and not seeing 22 and 33 on the ice. And the Canucks will obviously have a few holes to plug and to fill. That includes the Sedins' leadership on and off the ice, and then of course includes their point totals. But it's also a good chance for young guys to step up, and I think it's a good chance for the team to really embrace the rebuild fully now. Not that the Sedins were holding the rebuild back. They certainly weren't doing that. They were much needed in the necessary elements in that dressing room and on the ice. Obviously, you can't just replace 100 points just like that. But I am sad, of course, because they have been such a staple for Vancouver Canucks hockey over the past 17 years. Trophy winners, accolades, all that thing. One game short of the Stanley Cup. And it's kind of fitting that I'm bringing my son Sean tonight, because he was born in August 2001, which was the end of the Sedins' very first season. So in essence, his whole Canucks fandom, and I started bringing Sean to games basically in October, November, when he was only 2 or 3 months old, of the Sedins' second season. So basically, his fandom, his life as a Canucks fan, parallels the Sedins' careers, give or take 1 year. So really, that's when he thinks of the Canucks, he thinks of the Sedins. Some of us older crew, at least in my time, it was the West Coast Express, and before that it was Pavel Bure and Trevor Linden, Stan Smeel, and then even older guys than that But you know, I think it's really telling and it's really fitting that I'm bringing Sean to tonight's game, my son with me. Actually, Sean did a really cool graphic on his iPad at the Sedins. I'm going to be sharing that at around lunchtime. So if you follow me on Twitter at Canuck Clay, you'll see that at lunchtime today, and hopefully it'll get some play around social media prior to tonight's game. So I'm happy, I'm sad, and I guess the other emotion, I don't know, it's not really an emotion, but one thing I'm feeling is I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued as to what our team's going to look like next year. I kind of hinted at it a couple minutes ago. I'm intrigued at how this may speed up the rebuild and how, quite frankly, it opens up 2 roster spots. It opens up at least $14 million of money. You got Derek Dorsett coming off the books too, so that's another 3. So at least 17 or 18 million that the Canucks can play with, and that's after signing all of their RFAs, guys like Vertanen, Berardi, Granlund, Pouliot, and Stetcher. So I'm very intrigued about next year, but I'm not going to worry about next year. Tonight, it's all about celebrating the Sedins. Saturday night, it will be about celebrating the Sedins, albeit in Edmonton, and I'm truly grateful and truly blessed that I've not only been able to follow their careers for these past 17 seasons, but that I will be there tonight as I was there on Tuesday night. Okay, I think I just said a whole lot of nothing aside from the fact that I'm excited to go to tonight's game and have a bunch of mixed emotions inside. Love Canucks fans. I'd love for you to comment down below. I'd love to read and react to it. I'll do my best to reply. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Like this video if you do indeed like it. And I hope you guys have a great day. And whether you're at the game or watching on TV, I hope that we are blessed with a wonderful experience and that the Sedins have a strong game. I think the result at this point is moot, the result of the game itself, but rather a wonderful celebration and a chance to honor the 2 best players in Canucks history. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.